Hello there, welcome back to the Aztecs. Last time we continued, kinda, our expansion in Europe. We are at war with England, still, and the funny thing is, England will actually give me what I want if I were to make peace right now. But I think we're just going to keep that war going as well, because there's no good reason to just stop it just yet. Of course, we're still going to try and keep Portuguese troops trapped on their little island, and hopefully we can also intercept this Castilian fleet, and also hopefully the English fleet as well. In terms of colonization, it's going rather well, but Castilla's done me the favor of actually started colonizing, which is actually really positive, because that means that I can get some extra colonies here for free, more or less, and that is of course the exact thing that we're going to be aiming for. Now, with that said, we're just going to get going, and hopefully we'll get some things done. We'll see how this ends up. Not surprisingly, the English just landed a fairly big, well, not fairly big force, but they did use a 10 heavy ship fleet to send them to my lands, and that is the reason why I decided to not actually attack them, because if I were to do so, I would most likely lose, and there's a couple of reasons why I think I would, of course, well, do said losing, and one of the main reasons is because I haven't upgraded my fleet. I still have low level tech ships. I don't have carracks. I only have the early carracks. Once I actually get to upgrading my fleet, then it'll probably be a lot easier. But until then, we will sit by quietly and just wait. Not really much else going on. The Castilian fleet just vanished. I did not find it at all. I have no idea where it actually went. So that's not good. Portuguese has also started another colony here. Again, kind of positive, because that means that, wow, Danish noble rebels are really going to town here. But that means that I can again easily get the colonization done a lot easier, because I can then just rely on the Portuguese and Castilian colonizers to do most of the colony for me. So our map here was actually damaged because I forgot to place troops on the right place. There we go, that should do it. But anyways, I'm going to continue doing what I have been doing again, which is just colonizing. I'll be using this fleet here to intercept the Castilian one. I'll probably just allow the English to do whatever they want for the time being, because they're not a threat per se. But I'll keep an eye out here and hope that the English actually do send some troops to Ireland. That would make things a lot easier. Scotland, on the other hand, will not be getting military access from them. If I could, I would most likely have invaded England by now, but unfortunately, that is not the case. So again, I'll just sit back here and wait. I'll keep an eye on the Castilian and Portuguese colonies, and hopefully I can snatch them right before they become full colonies. We'll see how it goes. Surprisingly enough, I didn't pay too much attention, and as a result of that, I kind of have gotten myself punished, I dare say. There is currently a 14,000 man English army here, but again, England is pretty far behind in military tech. They're still level 6, so kicking that army's butt should be, well, relatively easy, and as you can see, it actually is. So we have no threats actually with English just landing in our lands. We're perfectly safe. But again, it's kind of that dealing with English fleet that's going to be troublesome, that I'll have to save up money for, I think. Connacht Nationalist is also getting closer to rising up, but it's 9.2 years, so we have still plenty of time. I'm a little bit unsure if I want to make peace with English right now, because again, England, in terms of colonization, they're not a threat per se, but if I take meth, then I'll end up in a position where I have more land that I can't get my hands off, because I'm still at war with Portugal and Castile. But funnily enough, now this was raged for almost 30 years, so it's starting to look kind of interesting. But I'll just again here sit back and we'll see how this whole scenario plays out. But hopefully I can again get a little bit help in colonization here. So we'll see how that goes. But I need to make sure I actually snatch the colonies before they become full-fledged colonies, because if I do not, then things are going to get awkward in terms of having Castilian colonies with well, Catholic religion. So I need to deal with that too. But as of now, we're doing fairly alright, I dare say. So I'll go back to waiting, and we'll see if anything interesting happens. Well, speaking about interesting, something actually interesting happened here, and that is that we just got visited by, well, the Hansa. They landed a 10,000 man army here. Now, Hansa's same military tech is mine, so I might be in trouble. Might. But I think we should be fine. Partly it's a new heir to the throne, 340, so a potential secondary regions council will happen here. We'll also go ahead and take the next tile of admin tech, because I would otherwise just waste my points, so I might as well just take it. And modern theocracy, with that we get another group of ideas, and it's now allowed to have a theocracy. Again, we'll go for the expansion ideas because I'll get extra colonists, I'll get faster settling, etc. And of course I'll get casus belli, but basically it also opens up a policy, so expansion ideas have been duly taken. And let's see how this battle here against the enemy goes. I guess we'll let them handle it. One province isn't really that big of a deal right now, more so. But yeah, things are going well. The hands that wants out for a white peace will accept that because they don't have anything I want. Apparently Castile also sent a fleet that I did not pay attention to, but that's fine. We'll just send these guys back up to deal with that problem, and with that it shouldn't be a concern. And also, as long as I keep on kicking Castile's butt, we are looking pretty good. Also find it hilarious that they actually haven't re-sieged neither this, the Azores, or the Cape Verde. Castile hasn't re-sieged those, interestingly enough. Rather than doing so, they prefer sending troops into my lands. So it's an interesting combination per se, but one that I don't really understand. So with that said, we'll sit back, we'll continue colonizing, and hopefully things will go well. We also got into the diplomatic tech 10 here, the flute, which gives trade range increased by 20, trade efficiency by 10%, social growth increased by 10 per year per province, which is nice. And I can now build flutes and war galleys. So basically now I have the ships necessary to upgrade my entire fleet. The only thing that I'm really lagging behind on here is money per se. So that's fine. Once the map here is complete, we will set up a new colony in the islands here, most likely here. And we'll also very soon get another colonist once we get to, I think it's 400 we need now. Yeah, we need 400 points, then we'll get the additional colonist idea, which will be really useful. For now, I'll just sit back as usual, keep an eye on the Castilian province, which I think it's actually... We'll just actually play it safe and just go ahead and take it already. It's basically the simpler choice, per se. Now, where are my guys? You are hereby recalled for a very important duty. We're going to seize the colony, and we're going to send you there to flip everything bad about it. But as you can see, Castilian has had about 20 a year. I, on the other hand, have 70 a year. So we definitely do have a very, very strong advantage in this field. This case has been finally called, which is good. How are we doing in terms of flipping the province? As you can see, Aztec culture, and I cannot pronounce that for the by a chance of anything. But basically, we now have we stole the Castilian province. They'll probably set up a new one somewhere, and I'm actually looking forward to that because it's positive that they do set up new colonies, because again they are easy to snatch, and as such they are very valued, because that basically means that I get a free colony almost, because it's so easy to just finish them up. I'll sit back and wait and see if they give me some more free gifts. There we go, the Castilian province that we snatched is already a heh. Okay, so apparently the cost of nabbing a province is apparently that it's incredibly incredibly expensive to core, so we don't really want them to create the colonies for us. We want to just burn them down, because if not, we're going to run out of well, points, basically due to the fact that they are incredibly expensive to core. So we should just burn their colonies more so than anything else, apparently, according to this. It might just be a bug or something. I'll test it with the Portuguese colony, but even so, it doesn't make too much sense to me. To be perfectly honest, it really doesn't. So I'll have to figure out what I want to do with that. But still, it's quite annoying. I'll be perfectly frank. It might just be that it is an island, and as such, actually recalling this guy, and no, it does not have a connection, so it should be perfectly fine to take this, and it will become a core in its own, in theory, I think and I hope, but I'm a little bit unsure. So we'll have to see that. But basically, exploration-wise, we're doing very well. We have explored the Cape. We have most of this area. So now we're getting the globe. The globe is pretty far away, but we're still doing fine in just the preparation aspect. For the time being, I'll just keep on colonizing here. We'll see if I can figure something out. But I find it a little bit annoying, the current situation, to be perfectly honest. So I'll deal with that as time passes. But for now, we'll sit back and see what happens. I'm a little bit unsure if I can actually colonize out of here before I end the war with Portugal, or if there will be a new colonial nation and I actually have to do these two just to have that connection belt. I might have to do that, which would be hilariously annoying, but we'll have to see. For the time being, I'll just keep on colonizing, and we'll see what we actually figure out by the end. Hopefully I can get this as a free core, because the Castilian core of 110 is really annoying. And we find some more fruity liquor. So, a drunken explorer. What do we do with a drunken sailor, more or less? But I'll keep on just getting all of these missions done, and then I'll get back to you. But for now, I'll sit back and wait, and hopefully something interesting will happen very, very soon. So I just nabbed the Portuguese colony just to check. I hadn't actually seen any enemy forces in the area for a very long time, so that's positive. But we'll see once the colonizer actually arrives if there is a if it will be expensive or not, and if so, what we'll do with it. Because right now it's not looking too good. Do I want to embrace a reputation? I guess I do, because I want to get those admin ideas down the road. So that should be fine. Just embrace it for, well, the current situation. That's fine. Paraiba is apparently, yeah, this one is still Catholic, so that's fine. Portuguese want peace, the English want peace. I don't want peace because I have the perfect, well, way of keeping my war exhaustion down. These guys don't, though, so things are getting really interesting here in terms of if they will give me what I want. But we have a guy now. He has flipped it. There we go, Aztec and Nahuatl. And with that, we will hopefully get a colony that is again not going to cost us any admin points, because if it does, then it's basically not actually profitable to actually take the colonies. Then it's better just burn them down more so than anything else, because it'll make it a lot easier for me to just keep things under control per se. So I'll probably end up doing that. But there we go, Paraiba, grown enough to become self-sustaining. And again, since this is kind of distant overseas, hilariously enough, or it acts like it's distantly overseas, I do get a free core, which is again something I can't understand, but it's perfectly perfectly fine in my book. Expansion ideas, the first one has been taken, which gives also bonus to unrest, national unrest -2 from my well, own ideas. Next one we'll get some military bonuses. For the time being, we'll be very happy with that extra colonist. And again, I'm a little bit unsure what I want to do. If I want to just keep on colonizing down the coast, or if I want to do that after I end the war with Portugal. Because again, colonial nations do actually seem to affect. Now, where's that colonial nations map mode? There it is. Colonial regions seem to actually affect me, which is hilarious. So I need to actually have my lands connected, because if I do not, then, well, things are not going to get fun. But I think I'll just keep things as they are here. We'll focus on getting the islands colonized, really. And yeah, I think we'll just focus on getting the islands, as I said here, colonized. And once we've done that, we can rest a little bit easier. I'll of course have to reinforce the army that I'm snatching from, but that's fine. As of right now, we haven't had a attack by anyone else for a very long time, so I'm pretty confident that this will not hurt my, well, armies in the slightest, so to speak. But I'll keep an eye out for potential colonists, because as of now the Portuguese haven't sent a new one, and neither has Castile, so we're perfectly fine in that regard. But we're going to end it here. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like, and we'll continue next time. Bye.